Jai Shri Mataji everyone. A very good morning and welcome to the morning meditation. Let's all collectively offer pranams. Shri Mataji, please grant us permission to meditate collectively. Let's all raise our Kundalini and take bandhans. Both hands on Mother Earth, attention on Mooladhara.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva शुभकारेषु सर्वदा ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश 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 साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता श्री निर्मला देव्ये नमो नमः
Shri Mataji, please fill each and every cell of our being with innocence and purity of Shri Ganesha. Please allow us to feel these qualities within ourselves. Bandhans to Vishuddhi Chakra. Bandhans to Agya Chakra. We can say, I forgive 3 times. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. Shri Mataji, please take away all my doubts and fears. Attention on Sahasrara. Attention on few inches above Sahasrara. Let's absorb Shri Mataji's Amritvani in this meditative state.
And that coincides with this Raksha Bandhan because it's the sister relationship and brother relationship. So in the history, if you go, Sri Krishna was born the day his sister was born. And this Vishnu Maya was transformed, I should say, into a lightning later on. But she was the one who announced the existence of Sri Krishna at that time, that he is born and he is living, he is in the present. This is the job of the left Vishuddhi, of the lightning. And you have seen that whenever I am going to any place or I will be giving a program or something, just before that, the lightning, the thunder, all this appears in the sky, you see, to show that announcement. So it is one of the things that is used for announcement. To make it more practical and understanding is that we use electricity now for our televisions, for our announcements, for telling people about messages of something of great importance. I don't know if they do it, it might not be. In the same way, we should use our left Vishuddhi for the announcement of the coming of Adishakti. But on the contrary, people start using it as a pocket kept for our extra ego to be filled in. When we feel guilty, firstly, we feel guilty when our sense of relationships are not all right. For example, we do not understand a sister and a brother, the relationship which is very pure and is above all kinds of contamination. But as you know, in the West, because maybe of drinking and doing all kinds of things which are against awareness, people have lost the value system. And in that they have also lost the system to understand what is a sister and what is a brother. So Vishnu Maya is so important, extremely important, because of her announcement of an incarnation takes place. It's, you can say, in the cosmos, that is the television that announces. It works it out. But in our own being, Vishnu Maya, it resides in the left Vishuddhi. And I find that Vishnu Maya is the thing that suffers the most, especially in the West, because it's a fashion to feel guilty about everything. Normally, say when Vishnu Maya herself announced that Sri Krishna is born and he is existing on this earth, if you see from a practical point of view, you might think it's a wrong thing she has done. Because to tell Kamsa that he exists and he resides, it's still existing, is giving him a danger. And one would have felt guilty later on, oh, why did I do it? If I had not told, he would not have known. But that's the right thing to be done, that's the job they have to do. So we have to see for ourselves that what makes us guilty for small things is our own ego reacting against us and wants us to reconcile with what mistakes we have committed. Like some people feel guilty because they have said something they should not have said, or maybe because they have done something which they should not have done normally. May not be on a Sahaja Yoga basis, maybe something else also, very frivolous. Like somebody spills, say, coffee, they feel guilty. Or somebody puts the knife on the other side, on the left-hand side, then they feel guilty. I mean, such stupid things like that, which are regarded as norms in the society, and people start thinking that these norms are very, very important, as if they are something like a dharma, and you must maintain those norms. But these norms are man-made. Most of them are man-made. See, some of them are so stupid and so horrifying that I think in England I feel there are some which must be really completely squashed and finished, like shaking hands. It's a very bad thing, I think, is to shake hands with everyone. Because God knows what kinds of hands people are having, what kinds of vibrations they have. Now, when my husband has his reception, sometimes I have to shake hands with 700 people coming in, and then 700 drunkards going out. So, this shaking of hands, I think, is a very, very bad habit. It's all right for Sahaja Yogis to shake hands, but for others, to shake anybody's hand is better to do namaste, though it might be some a very simple Indian method. But I think the best way is to say namaste, because shaking hands can cause lots of problems to human beings. And now with all these diseases coming up and all that, I think one has to be very careful about shaking hands. Worse than that is in France, I find, is like when you meet someone, you must kiss, you see. It's the worst habit, I tell you. Horrible. But they do kiss you all the time. If you go there, I had very bad shocks to begin with. You see, anybody would just get you, kiss you here, kiss you there, and start looking at the person. Now with the fear of AIDS and all that, perhaps they might stop all that nonsense. But there is no need to do all that. It's not a very good way of wishing anyone. It doesn't show any respect in both the cases. When you shake hands also there's no respect, and even when you kiss somebody there is no respect. But if you say namaste means I bow to you, namaste is I bow to you, it's respect. And this is one thing we have to do, is to respect each other. But when we are not, then we feel guilty. And like that, you see, these all like thank you. If you have not said thank you to somebody, then we think we have done a big mistake. I mean, the amount of thank yous we do, get so much used to it that even if you see a statue, say thank you very much for your darshan. It goes on like that, you see, it's a bit too much. Too much thank you becomes a lip service or sorry. Nowadays, in our times, we used to say, I beg your pardon on the phone, but now people say, sorry, sorry, sorry. I mean, sorry for what? Just can't, that sorry goes into left Vishuddhi. If you don't hear, it's none of your fault. Maybe the fault of the telephone, maybe the fault of another person. So, without understanding what is there to be sorry, just go on saying sorry, 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 feeling sorry for something is absolutely boring. And such a person can become extremely boring. Since morning till evening he is saying, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for this, and all the time feeling sorry for everything, you feel sorry for that person. So one has to be in a joyful mood. And doesn't matter if somebody doesn't say sorry, it doesn't matter. But some people can take a very big objection if you don't say thank you to them. It's a very funny thing is that I have experienced in England once. I was going out, John was there, John was driving the car, and my daughter was coming out of the house, so he left the door open, and he just, as soon as she sat down, hardly took about 5-6 seconds. He closed the door and went round. But he didn't say thank you to the fellow who was standing behind. You see, they are supposed to be all very rich, cultured, educated people. So this fellow got out of his car and got hold of his belt. And he wouldn't allow the car to move. When the car was moving, I couldn't understand what was happening. So I asked Johnny, stop the car, stop the car. I said, what's the matter? She didn't say thank you to me. This fellow would have been killed or something would have happened to him. Doesn't matter. He should say thank you. These are the funny norms that we have, so many of them, and sometimes we miss the point. Sometimes we miss the point because the whole thing becomes so mechanical. It is not mechanical. If you say thank you, it's a way of just even expression, your smile, your just a gesture can say that you are thankful to people for what they have done. But it is a norm which is created since long, They have dropped out so many things, like they have dropped out their tailcoats, everything. And I think too much thanking and too much feeling sorry should be dropped out. Either you go to the left or to the right. So the best thing now is, if somebody does something for you, all right, just a smile. Sometimes say thank you, all right. But not all the time teaching us, did you say thank you? Like one child told me, I don't want to go to their house. I said, why? Because I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all the time. So children also somehow or other find it's very artificial. It becomes a lip service. And this lip service can go anywhere, and people start feeling very sorry for things like, I didn't send a Christmas card, so they feel sorry. Christmas card is not important. We must see why we have to send a Christmas card. Is to wish this person. Do you have that in your heart? Did you feel that from your heart? Once you start feeling from your heart, then you will never catch your left Vishuddhi. It's a very superficial way of avoiding the mistakes you have made. Now supposing I have not done something which I should have done. Sometimes it happens. And I feel it in my heart, Just feel it. I should have done it. And if I have not done it, then it gets corrected. Not only that, but for a Sahaja Yogi, it works. So to feel it in your heart, otherwise whatever is superficial, you shouldn't worry. You shouldn't worry, you are all yogis. You must know you are all saints now. So you don't have to worry about small things. Even if you slap someone is all right. If it is necessary, you can slap people. There were yogis who used to throw stones at others just to save themselves from their boredom, from their aggression. So it's all right. You are all saints. So saints can do that way. I read a very nice story about a king who was a monk. He had to become a king. He didn't want to be a monk. He didn't want to be a king because he said, I am a saintly person, I don't want. He was a saint, but he was made, he was forced to become because there was no one, everybody was very happy, and he gave all permission to do whatever they liked. But the grandees of that place, all the people who were holding the courts and all that became very powerful because he was a very mild person and very kindly person, and they exploited all the villagers and they exploited all the poor people and all the farmers and everybody, took away all their things and they looted them, tortured them and troubled their women and did all kinds of monstrous things to his subject. But then he was told about it. Then he thought that now I am sitting as a king here, and though I am a saint, as a saint I have a duty to perform. So he made a very nice plot, He got very good people, handful of people who were very, very close to him and on whom he can depend. And he called all these grandees for a court and told them not to bring any weapons on them, and then cut everybody's neck there. Everybody's. He was a saint, though he cut everybody's neck. Because these people were horrid. To punish them was his job, and he did it without feeling guilty, without catching on the left Vishuddhi. So whatever has to be done, has to be done. There's nothing to be sorry about. You don't have to be sorry at all. But whatever you feel, and if it is not expressed, that feeling properly, then you have to feel it in your heart so that it acts and works. This is, of course, for left Vishuddhi. But one thing we have to ask ourselves, how do we get rid of our left Vishuddhi? And when you start asking this question, why have I got left Vishuddhi? It is the surplus of your ego, as I have told. So try to watch what you have done. Try to see what you have said. Why did you do it? And then face it. And next time don't do it. So you won't have the guilt. Because guilt is nothing but a stored up mistakes. And like going to a priest and saying, I'm sorry, I did this, I did that, and again doing the same thing. It amounts to the same. Because then you don't correct yourself. I think open the windows will be better. This one. I'll make it quite warm for you. Thank you. I am also English, I must say thank you. So this amounts to one thing, to understand what mistakes you have committed, what your ego wants to feel bad about it, and then do not store it up, face it up and never do it again. Just be determined, I will not do it again, that's all. You have to just say, I will not do it again, whatever it is. Face up to it and say that I will not do it again. That's the best way you can manage your left Vishuddhi. Another thing is the announcement. If you use your left Vishuddhi for announcement, there cannot be any guilt. Without feeling any guilt, without feeling nervous, without feeling funny about it, you have to go on telling about it. It works very well. We need not be now any more afraid. Now I've been in this country 14 years, working in the West for 14 years, you can talk about it very freely. Today only they gave me an example of that the musicians were coming, and while coming, one of them happened to go earlier, and they asked them, why are you going to London? He said, we are going to sing devotional songs to Shri Mataji. Who is Shri Mataji? He showed my photograph, finished. He never asked them for anything, didn't ask for their passport, didn't check them or anything. Another thing was when they came and the customs people were there, and they asked, where are you singing, where are you fixed? They said, we are not fixed anywhere. We are just going to sing our musical songs, our musical devotion for Mother, and we are going to sing songs to her, to Mataji Nirmala Devi. The fellow, who was an Englishman, in Hindi he said, "Theek hai, theek hai." So these things, announcement helps a lot. For example, wearing a badge or wearing a necklace like that or a ring itself is an announcement that you have found out the truth. And then, not only that, but also if you want, you should sometimes start wearing a sari, doesn't matter, sometimes kurta pajama, doesn't matter, on the streets. If you walk about, people will know. Now, some say that if you wear these things, then Mother has said, no, I never said so, that you cannot wear. If you like, you can wear, but there's a freedom to you. If you want, you can wear it, or if you don't want, you not wear. But the trouble is sometimes, like these Hare Rama, Hare Krishna women, and they used to wear these dresses and go about, but they were dirty, filthy, unwashed women. In a proper traditional way, if you wear saris, people will appreciate, definitely. Why not? They would like to see you in that saris. If you want, you can wear it. It will be a good idea for you to go about. There's no harm in wearing saris. I think it's a very decent dress, and makes a woman looks like a woman much more than pants and those jeans and things like that. So it doesn't matter. But then don't feel guilty with it. If you want to wear it with daring and with courage. Be a brave person. So only the brave people can get rid of their left Vishuddhi. Because you are brave, you are doing it. That's a culture that has to come. We like the saris, we'll wear. If we like the kurta pajamas now in this heat, to wear a three-piece suit, is it good? But you'll wear a three-piece suit with a tie, perspiring. In India especially, I don't understand how the English can manage with the dress of England, wearing three-piece suits and with the ties. All right, some people can, but not all. Those who feel very cold can manage, but not everybody cannot do it. So why should you wear these dresses which are not suitable for you? But that doesn't mean in India I've seen people be wearing some sort of a so-called short and so-called short on top and moving about. That's stupid because it is indecent. So we cannot wear indecent dresses. We have to wear decent dresses, but which are comfortable and decent. There is nothing like we are English, we are Indian, we are this. We are all universal beings. And once you accept this, suddenly you jump into the state of collective consciousness, into the state of Virat. Once Virat opens out, left Vishuddhi is finished. If you are a part and parcel of the Virat, how can you make mistakes? How can you be guilty? Because it is the Virat who takes over. He is the one. Supposing now in your hand something goes wrong, you don't blame your hand for it. What you blame is the body. The body has the problem, and the body has to look after. The body takes over. It comes, repairs, looks after, circulates, whatever it is, pains or whatever it is, the suggestion comes from the whole body. It's not that the only finger starts feeling guilty, it's the whole body. In the same way, once you jump into that state of Virat, into the state where you feel I am a part and parcel of the whole, Vishuddhi should drop out. Left Vishuddhi should completely drop out. It has no place. It has no place. How can you alone feel guilty when you are part and parcel of the whole? What's the logic? You cannot feel guilty. If you are part and parcel of the whole, then the whole takes over. And this is where you can cut down your left Vishuddhi very well. So now we have to come to
Let's be in meditative state. Shri Mataji, you in the form of Shri Vishnu Maya, please allow us to see our mistakes in the light of the pure spirit and give us the wisdom to correct them without feeling guilty. Let's all collectively offer pranams and thank Shri Mataji for allowing us to meditate collectively, and then raise our Kundalini and take bandhans.